Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So today is Friday, July 26th, and I'm in my kitchen this morning. So earlier I was watching a video from Sarah over at our Tribe of Many, and the title of her video was using what we have, or something to that effect. And that got me to thinking about no waste. And so I looked in my refrigerator and I have several things that really need to be used up. So if you're joining us for the first time, my name's Shakima. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm a single mom. I have 4 children. I have 2 girls, 2 boys, 1 fur dog, and my mother, who has stage 4 lung cancer, has come to live with us. She came in May, so she's been with us a little over 2 months. She is in hospice care, and we are just making her comfortable with everything at this point. So we are a budget family. Like I said, I'm a single mom, and I've been a single mom for the past 10 years. And I found myself having to make my ends meet, which we were in a bit of financial difficulties when I was married. So this was not, being in financial strain was not new, but doing it as a single parent was new. We had 2 incomes before, and we still were having a terrible time making ends meet. And so I've been on a journey to become financially debt-free and to feed my family on a budget. And so with that being said, I try to minimize or keep as low as possible food waste. And when I saw that video this morning, it just jogged my memory, like, Shakima, you've got some stuff that are really going to bad, so you need to cook it and utilize it. You know, I don't have money to waste, and being on a keto lifestyle, food is expensive. So I said all that to say, I'm going to be doing this. Today is going to be a keto vlog, or a keto video vlog style of using up the things that I have in my kitchen. So in my refrigerator, I had a bag of radishes, and they were really kind of getting towards the end of, you know, you can tell they need to be used. So I'm cutting off the bad spots. It's really just the outsides because the insides look decent. So I'm cutting off all the bad spots, and I'm going to do a radish hash, bacon radish hash, which we really like. And I had a couple of cucumbers that I need to cut up. I'm going to make a dip to go with that. I'll bring you guys along for that. And then I had some strawberries and blueberries that were that need to be used. We lost some of our strawberries, and I hate losing food, honestly. My kids have been at camp this week, so they haven't been home to just kind of graze and eat. They have been at Taekwondo camp this week. So if you are, again, new to our channel, my kids homeschool. We do homeschool. I'm a full-time working mom, but I do homeschool. And a lot of people ask me how I do that. And my answer is very simple. I have the time. You know, I'm not married. I don't have a husband that is pulling for my time. So I just make it work. I work during the day, and sometimes my kids can school at night. They can school on the weekend. We have schooled, okay, that's a bad one, so we'll let that one go. We have schooled on holidays. We just make it work. But they do take Taekwondo as their PE class, and they have for the past 4 years. My son is a first-degree black belt. He's 10 years old. And my daughter just got her first-degree black belt this year, and she's 15. So he's been in Taekwondo since he was 6, and Alana has been in Taekwondo since she was 12. Previous to that, she danced, and I was having trouble getting from the dance studio back to Taekwondo because they were on total opposite ends of town, and they would have classes at the same time. And I just had to make a parent decision that said, hey, mom can only do one thing, so Taekwondo was going to be it, because my son was very good, and my daughter was just in basic dance classes. It wasn't like she had been in the advanced dance classes and she was, you know, prima ballerina or anything like that. We were trying it, and she had danced early and took a little bit of a break and then was going back to it. So because Jackson was doing very well, I said, we're just going to do Taekwondo. She went to a summer camp thing for 3 days and fell in love with it, and we've been going ever since. So anywho, I've got my radishes all cleaned up. I washed them, and then I went ahead and peeled off the bad parts. Now I'm just going to chop these, give these a rough chop, because I'm going to make it like hash browns. You know, being on keto, you can't have potatoes, but I still do like hash browns. And so I just, I think I might have saw this on somebody's channel. I don't remember, but it just made sense to me. Prior to going keto, we had never had radishes before, and we thought, you know, we've done it before, and we have enjoyed the hash. My kids like it. They've tried so many things on keto that they never thought they would try. And it's just worked out for us. So I'm just going to dice these radishes up into dice-sized pieces. And I'll just chit-chat with you guys while I am working on this. I'm going to do my quiet time after I get the meal prepped. I actually have to fix for my mom as well. I've been keeping her keto since she's been here. I do allow her some things, but right now, at the point she is in the journey of disease, she has a difficult time swallowing. So she's on a soft diet, and I've got some oatmeal for her. So I'm going to make that in just a sec. She eats very little now. We're just, the disease is progressing so far. And honestly, we are really just trying to keep her comfortable, which that's becoming harder and harder. She's just in pain all the time. But anyway, so I'm just going to dice up this radish. I've got some bacon crumbles that I get from Walmart, and then sometimes I'll get them from Costco if I have a chance to go with my friend. I don't have a Costco membership, but if I get a chance to go with her, then I will get the crumbles, because you can get them in a bigger bag. But the ones I get at Walmart are in a smaller bag, and they work just as fine. All right, so I am done chopping up the radishes. I have them in little dice-sized pieces. I'm going to take some bacon grease. We do save our bacon grease around here, and I'm going to put that in my pan. So probably about 2 tablespoons of the bacon grease. I'm using a cast iron skillet. I'm actually trying to season my pan because it doesn't look like we seasoned it after we cleaned it up last time. And then I'm just going to pull down the spices that I like for my radishes. Of course, I'll go ahead and get them in the pan first, and then I will season them. So while I have the radishes waiting to go into the grease, I'm going to move on to the cucumber. I like cucumber. My son likes cucumber. Alana, on the other hand, will not eat cucumber. And then, of course, my mom cannot eat it. So we can't really eat anything except soft. So I'm going to move this over. That's ready for the pan. I have a English cucumber. I can tell that this part of the cucumber needs to be chopped off because we've kind of had it in there for a while. So I'm just going to put that part in the garbage bowl, and then I'm going to just peel the rest of this plastic off and just give this a quick chop. I'm just going to do rounds because we like to eat the dip with it. So again, I'm just trying to use up what I have. Oh, looks like that other end is a little bit bad too. One of the things about my fridge, even if I keep it on normal settings, it gets extremely cold. So sometimes our produce will freeze, and then it will go bad that way. Not because we didn't use it, but because it got frozen, and then it tries to thaw back out, and that's not the best option. So I'm just getting this English cucumber cut really quickly. I smell my bacon grease. doing what it's supposed to do. I'm gonna just sit this in a Ziploc bag, keep from using up another bowl. And then Jackson and I will eat these over the next day or so. Cute little, easy little snacks when you want something to chomp on, and you're trying to watch, you know, intake. All right, so here's my bowl for my dip. I am gonna just season my radishes real fast. Some black pepper. I like chili pepper, or chili powder. Chili powder, not pepper, sorry. And a little bit of garlic. And I'm just gonna let that cook. It's not as hot as I would like it, so I'll let that cook. All right, now to get started on the dip, I'm gonna need a fork. I'm gonna take 1 thing of cream cheese, and of course, you know, some cream cheeses have more carbs than others, so, you know, use your cream cheese. A lot of times doing keto, I think I heard Dr. Berry say this. It wasn't Dr. Berg. I think it was Dr. Berry. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. He says because you can't afford everything that's the strictest of keto doesn't mean you can't do keto. So for me, I'm keto on a budget because sometimes I don't have, you know, I don't have the monies to buy all of the, you know, exactly this or exactly that. He said if all you have is hot dogs, use hot dogs, you know. Of course, I do try to, you know, do a little better, but I do the best I can. I know that this is the Walmart brand or the Great Value brand. Maybe that's Aldi. Oh, that's Aldi. That's Happy Farms. So that, of course, will have more carbs than the Philadelphia, but it's what I have. And so I'm going to use what I have and just be thankful that I was able to afford cream cheese this week. So we did have that in the freezer, so it is a little bit more crumbly than it should be. And I didn't let it sit out to room temperature like I should have. Now, the only thing I'm going to add to this dip is I'm going to add in a packet of ranch dress season mix. If you make your own, you'd add in your own. I'm not made many seasonings. I've done chili powder or taco seasoning, but I haven't done many others. So I'm going to add in that. Then I'm going to add in a couple tablespoons of the real bacon crumbles. So I'm going to do maybe 3 tablespoons, and those are heaping. And then I'm going to add in a couple tablespoons of whatever cheese you have, and this just happens to be one we got with a coupon. And I know it's probably better to do it off the block, but convenience. So I'm only off for the summer. I go back to work in 3 weeks. So I'll be back to having a need for convenience meals. So probably about a cup of cheese, or however much you like. You don't have to put any if you are okay with just the cream cheese. This just gives it a little bit of texture, and this is a thick cut. So remember, I'm using this to go with my cucumbers. So all I'm going to do now is just stir everything together. You do want to work when your cream cheese is at room temperature. I just took mine out of the refrigerator, so it's not coming together as easily as I would appreciate. And so we can fix that problem. I'm just going to take a Ziploc bag. And dump everything in. and then give it a couple great squeezes. It looks pretty crumbly because, like I said, we froze that cream cheese, but it still eats the same. But I didn't have time to let it come to room temperature, so I'm just gonna help it along by mashing it together because I didn't have time to wait. And I do want to get all that ranch mixed in, and I want to get all the cheese and the bacon mixed in. It's going to kind of be like a cream cheese ball. Of course, you can make it a ball if you like. And as you work it in, because it's still pretty solid, it won't stick to your bag. So it'll come away with no problem. But remember, this was not at room temperature. If it was at room temperature, I would have been able to mix it in my bowl with no problem. But because this was right out of the fridge, is why I'm able to mix it in this bag and not worry that it'll stick to the bag. So I won't lose a lot of the cream cheese to the bag, and I'm good with that. But it looks like everything is worked in nicely. Of course, the heat from your hands will help it to become room temperature. And then once you have it mixed in like you want, just return it back to your bowl. And so that's what my cream cheese dip will end up looking like. Back into the bowl, and we'll just press it down. And there you have it. Top on to the next thing. And there it is. That's oatmeal. This is peaches and cream. I put a little bit of heavy whipping cream, a little bit of the keto-friendly brown sugar, and then a dollop of apricot preserves. And that is what I'm going to fix for Beauty. I still have my radishes going. I want them to get tender. I don't like crunchy potatoes, so I wouldn't like crunchy radishes. But I was thinking if I had onions and mushrooms, I could add to this. If I had spinach, I could add to this, and then also add in my bacon. But I haven't added the bacon in yet, and I'm trying to keep this on a single layer so that it can, so that the radishes can get nice and tender. They have golden up because of the chili powder, but this is going to be lovely once I get it done. So the next thing I'm going to do is go through the blueberries and see what I can save and put those in a small Ziploc bag. I actually have a couple of snack size bags that might work out a little better because I don't have a lot. So I'll save that quart size and use some of the snack size. So I'm just going to go through these two tins and see what I can save. I'm going to pour these out on a paper towel, and then whatever I can save will go in these bags. And these are going to have to be used up relatively quickly, so I'm going to have a half a cup of yogurt, and I'll use some of these. Okay, so here's what I was able to save of the blueberries. Not a lot, but we lost more in that bundle than we should have, but only myself and Jackson like blueberries. Alana does not like them. So this is what we were able to save, and I'm going to use the majority of these in my yogurt. Well, I'm probably half in my yogurt this morning. The strawberries I'm just going to put back, but I did want to share with you the radish hash because I'm done with that. And I will tell you also that I had 2 jalapeno, bacon wrap jalapeno poppers left from the other day. And I just cut those up into bite-sized pieces and put those into the hash as well. So I'm going to dish this out. The bacon wasn't quite crispy from those jalapenos, so I just threw it in here. And this is what my radish hash looks like. Of course, I've got the jalapenos in there. I may end up making an egg to go with this, but this will hold me until past lunchtime. I'm prayerful. And that was a good use of those leftovers, or those items I did not want to lose, so we would have minimized food waste. So there it is. This is my jalapeno popper bacon radish hash, and I just added in the jalapenos at the last minute. So I do want to thank you guys so much for stopping by our kitchen this morning. I love to cook. Cooking is one of my favorite activities. I just got off the phone with my aunt. They are coming over. Her sisters and brothers are coming over tomorrow to see Beauty. And she's like, well, what you cooking tomorrow? Why don't you try cooking something? So I'm going to do something for them, probably the shrimp and grits. And maybe I'll do something else that's kind of a country style cooking that they would enjoy because they are country folks. So we'll see what I can come up with for a lunchtime meal. And I think they will enjoy it. And Beauty will enjoy seeing her family. Won't you, Beauty? Love to. She says love to. So anywho, I do want to thank Sarah from over at Our Tribe of Many for giving me this idea this morning. I do appreciate it. What a great thing is to just use everything you have, especially if you're like me. You're a single mom, or maybe you're just a family on a budget. It's not, this channel is not just for single moms, but I do have a lot of them. Try to decrease your food waste if at all possible, by just using up what you have. Sometimes you just throw it all together. She made a quiche this morning, and I wish I had made a quiche. I did not. But hey, this will work out just as well. And I didn't lose my bag of radishes. I finished up those 2 jalapeno poppers we had left. And I've got all my fruit and veg prepared for me and Jackson to consume for the rest of the day. So anywho, I got to get Beauty back into the bed. She's having a little bit of a spell right now. So we're going to go. If you like our video, like it, subscribe, hit the little bell, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.